Hollywood loves a miracle maker story. The unhoused playwright who built a billion-dollar studio, then paid college tuition for strangers. But what happens when that miracle maker is suddenly branded a manipulator, complete with leaked text and a rumored victim list? Actor Derek Dixon just hauled Tyler Perry Studios into court, alleging misconduct, hush money threats, and an entire playbook of silent control. Instantly, two voices the industry long kept at arm's length, Nique and Katt Williams, pounced, declaring, "Told you so?" Viewers are now asking whether Perry's generosity was pure heart or strategic armor. Stick around. We'll unpack the lawsuit timeline, the incriminating screenshots, and a whisper network that could trigger Hollywood's next reckoning. Derek Dixon isn't a headline regular. He's a Georgia-born hopeful who booked 2 walk-on roles for Tyler Perry Studios in 2019. Court documents recently filed allege the gig came with strings. After friendly mentoring turned flirtatious, Dixon says mentoring slid into uninvited touching, alcohol-blurred gropes, and persistent texts urging him to unlock himself. According to the filing, Dixon finally refused further private rehearsals, at which point studio staff iced him out of auditions. He claims he was warned, "Stay quiet, or you'll never work in this town." TPS lawyers paint a different picture, calling Dixon an opportunist fishing for a payday. Yet he isn't showing up empty-handed. Appended to the complaint are screenshots dripping with emojis, late-night longing, and one eyebrow-raising line about how the man who could win you an Oscar through sex is already in prison. But Dixon insists he's only the opener. He says other men have whispered the same story, just never into a microphone. If that sounds familiar, it's because one Oscar-winning comic tried to wave this red flag years ago. Back in 2010, Nique roasted award season, then vanished from A-list call sheets. She later claimed Tyler Perry blackballed her after she refused unpaid Oscar campaigning. Most critics dismissed the feud as sour grapes. Perry publicly wished her well. Fast forward to April. Nique posts a 14-second selfie clip. No caption, only the line, "I guarantee you can't beat me up." Within minutes, the internet linked the timing to Dixon's suit. Fans read the statement as a surgical jab. The comedian who once begged Hollywood to hear her now presenting Exhibit A without raising her voice. Industry blogs report Nique has been quietly collecting testimonies from male actors for years. No confirmations, no leaks yet, but her silence ends each time a new detail drops. And while her critics still say she's bitter, her supporters counter, or maybe she was just early. Of course, Nique is rarely alone. When the tea spills, the cookout has another loud uncle. If Nique is the scalpel, Katt Williams is the sledgehammer. In a Club Shay Shay sit-down last December, Katt recalled being invited to a career-changing mansion summit. Tyler Perry, he said, attended the same night. Only one of them accepted what Katt called the chosen one contract. The story sounded like classic Katt hyperbole until Dixon's suit referenced a nearly identical time frame and guest list. Williams resurfaced on Instagram Live after the filing, half laughing. "Y'all thought I was high, turns out I was prophetic." He didn't name names, but fans clipped the stream, matched the coy clues to Perry, and the hashtag Katt called it trended by dinner. For viewers who grew up on Medea jokes and Sunday morning inspiration speeches, the juxtaposition is disorienting. Two of comedy's most outspoken outsiders are synchronizing their timelines and directing them toward America's most famous gospel filmmaker. But Dixon and Nique aren't the only dots on this map. Another actor whispered warnings 18 months ago. In December 2023, heartthrob actor Christian Keys went live on IG, describing a black billionaire who slid into his bed after downing straight liquor at 3 a.m. Keys never uttered a name, yet he claimed the man offered 5 figures just to watch and threatened career ruin if the story spread. At the time, tabloids speculated about everyone from music moguls to former athletes. But Dixon's complaint points directly to Christian. He cites actor CK, who allegedly received a check, and friendly legal reminders from TPS when whispers grew loud. Both Christian Key's and Tyler Perry Studios declined comment last week, neither confirming nor denying contact. For internet detectives, it's enough. They've screen-grabbed Christian Key's live stream and lined key phrases next to Dixon's filing. The wording overlaps down to the adjective generous, now twisted from heroism to humiliation. Screenshots keep fueling the blaze, and these aren't vague DMs. They read like play-by-play coaching in secrecy. The screenshots ripple through group chats like contraband postcards from a lockdown set. 1. Time-stamped 12:42 a.m. shows the number alleged to be Perry's probing whether Dixon still carries church guilt, then dangling a promise that once that mental block falls away, the two of them, you and me both, will go crazy. Minutes later, after Dixon uploads a harmless photo shoot pic with a male photographer, another notification pops up. Wish that was me behind the lens. A line that lands somewhere between flirtation and claim staking. A third text reads almost like a covert operations memo. Stay silent. It cautions because casting directors must believe Dixon is on set for talent, not friendship. Keep us invisible. To fans, the cadence feels like emotional chess. Praise, temptation, then strategic coaching. Skeptics counter that digital ink is too easy to forge. TPS lawyers point out that entire branches of the chat tree, context, follow-ups, deleted replies, are conspicuously absent. Still, in a culture where screen record or it didn't happen, half the internet already treats the messages as gospel. Adding to the tension, Dixon's attorney claims those 3 leaks are only the opening act. Encrypted backups, he says, reference cash offers to at least 2 other actors, whose silence was allegedly bought long before this lawsuit ever hit the clerk's desk. No one has produced those receipts yet, but the rumor of Nique's guarded victim list now feels less like tabloid bait and more like a ticking countdown inside the studio gates. Multiple entertainment reporters claim Nique spent the past 2 years interviewing background actors and PAS off record. The word dossier keeps popping up. Some insiders dismiss it as PR theater. Others insist NDAs have simply kept mouths shut. What's verified? Casting assistants from Sisters and All the Queen's men tell blogs they noticed favoritism towards certain male extras who would vanish for private mentor sessions. Nothing on paper links these anecdotes to any misconduct, just smoke, not flame, but online. Smoke can spark #wildfires. Meanwhile, Perry's philanthropy tweets, donations to food banks, home down payment grants, are now ratioed by replies demanding statements. The mogul's previously Teflon aura shows scuff marks. Philanthropy was once his bulletproof vest. Now critics wonder if it doubled as distraction. Tyler Perry Studios sprawls 330 acres on a former Confederate base, symbolizing triumph over adversity. Corporate partners love that narrative, but crisis PR reps whisper about reputation contagion. The theory that a single viral lawsuit can tank a family-friendly brand faster than any box office flop. Advertisers watch social media sentiment graphs. They spike red each time a new screenshot leaks. Streaming bidders quietly insert morals clauses into future deals. Reports claim 2 sponsors paused campaigns featuring Perry voiceovers pending litigation clarity. TPS fights back, filing a motion to dismiss and promising countersuits for defamation. Their press release calls Dixon's story fiction-laced with selective screenshots. Yet messaging professionals note a key phrase missing, categorically false. The omission amplifies online speculation. A lawsuit alone can bruise, but compare it to recent, much larger cascades, and you sense why Hollywood insiders are anxious. Observers link Dixon versus Perry to the Diddy/Cassie 2023 cascade. 1 claim, then 4 in a month. Data shows misconduct lawsuits in entertainment average 3.7 follow-on filings once Exhibit A hits cable news. Reading that stat, Twitter sleuths predict Medea-level sequel of allegations. Rumors suggest at least 2 unnamed men are weighing statements, concerned about blacklisting but emboldened by precedent. If true, each new voice multiplies risk, sponsors flee, distributors stall, and philanthropic partners reconsider gala invites. Conversely, supporters rally behind Perry, citing decades of charity and near-legendary work ethic. They label Dixon ungrateful, Katt jealous, Nique obsessed. The internet turns every allegation into tribal warfare. In that noise, truth has a habit of hiding until a courtroom forces silence and evidence under oath. What matters now isn't whose tweet earns more likes, but which side can prove texts are real, NDAs exist, and money changed hands. Because once discovery begins, Hollywood's storytelling will happen under fluorescent deposition lights. Is this the start of an empire's collapse, or just another Beverly Hills rumor that fizzles? Courts judge legality, culture judges legacy. If fresh plaintiffs step forward, or Nique drops that rumored list, Tyler Perry's Heart of Gold brand may never fully recover. But if the lawsuit stalls and no names back Dixon's story, critics risk wearing the scarlet letter of false accusation. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are these texts damning proof or just opportunistic bait? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming explosive deep dive. This is Sasha Spills signing off, and I'll see you in the next video.